Tyler Bindi. Uh, if you live in California, go out and vote. It is your civic duty. Although I do believe that was primarily yesterday. But went out to vote today in California primaries. This was yesterday. The guy next to me called over an election worker because his ballot didn't include the LA mayoral race. Worker checked and told him that was because his registered address was in Malibu, which was outside the city of LA. Guy then asked if he could provide another address. To my surprise, the answer was yes. So he gave the worker an LA address, they voided his previous ballot, and issued a new one. Suddenly, he was able to vote for the mayor of LA. How is voter ID not mandatory in all 50 states? And shit like this happens basically anywhere. And it can happen for a few different reasons. One of them is just blatant disregard. As I'm not going to say this. I've seen other instances, like in New York, there was a guy who did kind of a expose thing that showed a few different instances of like people being able to go in with hidden cameras. They were able to go in to voting offices, like the voter registration offices, and basically just get voter IDs. There wasn't any sort of check. There wasn't any sort of need for like identification to get the voter ID. In my opinion, once you register to vote, which the only way you should be able to register to vote is if you provide a form of ID that would be valid. But that's just me, some yellow fuckwit on the internet. But his video, I don't remember the guy's name, but his video basically showed that he could go in. He went in as effectively a non-US citizen and went in, said, "Hello, can I get a voter's ID?" He had like some silly accent, but, oh, are you from America? Are you a legal citizen? Yes. Oh, okay. And if I wasn't? I don't care. So I'm not surprised that I'm seeing this, and unfortunately, this probably happens a whole hell of a lot more than what is going to be let on. I can't wait to see a battle of the ballot situation, but we're not going to see that because all the ballots are just going to be counted, not as they're cast, because, well, this guy, well, not this guy, but the other guy in this Inhuman Bending, the other person in this story, the one that asked for another ballot because, well, he didn't have the ability to vote until he magically said, "Oh no, I have an address here." Let's be frank, that's probably bullshit. I'm pissing myself off. But this probably has happened plenty of times. There is voter ID, or not voter ID. There's mail-in voting that doesn't require ID. Well, it's mail-in voting to begin with. I went over with Battle of the Ballot why voter ID or mail-in ballots are bad. At least it was a good example as to how they are. And we don't have fucking voter ID in all 50 states for some godforsaken reason. Probably because, they need to keep charge of big states like California. But that's just me, Mr. Conspiracy Theorist. And that's a whole different tangent. Speaking of tangents, as of right now, for some unknown reason, we have 37 days to certify 37 days, D-A-Y-S, to certify an election of one state. What the fuck are we doing? Like, what? Riddle me this, Batman. What takes 37 days will turn blue despite looking quite red. and reeks of stink of fraud. If you guessed California's election system, you would be right, Batman. But. Good news so far. As of. Oh, yay, let's not fucking sort this. Why the fuck aren't we. Why the fuck don't we have these sorted? Give me not by last name, but by fucking vote count. Come on. Anyway, as of right now, the current lead. Oh, shit, that did change. Huh. Changed a little bit. That's nice to see. Steve Hilton seems to be in the lead, which is weirdly surprising for governorship of California. I figured this was going to be a runoff, sure, but oh boy. As of right now, he has Steve Hilton, the Republican that is in the lead. Here, let me. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. This guy right here. Or that guy over there, but he's right here. He currently has 1,386,068,000. My bad. 1,386,966 votes. Chad Bianco, the other Republican nominee, or runner, not really a nominee, only has 566,679. The two Democrat frontrunners, Javier Becerra coming in second place behind little Hilton boy down here. He has 1,267,000. 1,267,070, with 25.4% of the current vote percentage. But of course, that's going to change because why wouldn't we be able to do an entire state in one day? You know, we have technology that should enable it. I don't understand why we don't have all the mail-in ballots back yet. We should have them all by now, because why the fuck don't we? But that's just me, Mr. Reasonable. But I'm gonna get upsetty because not saying that they will, but it's happened before. Battle of the ballot. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying. Everything should be in. Everything should basically be, I don't want to say pre-counted, but like there should already be a count going that is kept like strict lock and key for the mail-in ballots. Any mail-in ballot that comes in after the fact, womp fuckity womp, should have been there. I don't get why we make a magic exception for voting when the ballot is just late to get there. I understand, oh, maybe they already voted, and you don't want to disenfranchise someone. Sure. Want to know the magic trick? Fucking vote in person. I think the only exception to any mail-in ballots should be homebound, like provably homebound. If I were to go to your house and look at you, if I see you just running around the house, just not wanting to leave, I don't give a shit. You don't get a mail-in ballot. You just don't. If you're homebound, if you're like old, sick, you physically cannot leave your house, or if you have a medical condition where you cannot leave your house, for the sake of your safety, of course, not completely heartless, then you shouldn't be able to just magically get a mail-in ballot. I think that's fairly reasonable. I want to save it for the homebound. The homebound, as in those who are out of the country, like soldiers, exclusively, or not. Yes, that also includes people who are in, what are they? Not senates, fucking, the word eludes me. Oh, piss. We have them in other countries. It's basically like American ground. Oh, that word's going to drive me nuts. That is going to. Oh, why can't I remember that word? Consulates. There. Good enough. Good enough. I think that's actually. Yeah, that would be the right word, wouldn't it? Yes. An American consulate worker, if they're over in another country, they should be able to vote. I think that's fairly reasonable. So it's those who physically cannot be available to go to a ballot poll, like a ballot station, a ballot location, however you want to fucking quantify it, whatever you want to call it. I think it's perfectly fair to give those people, as long as they are eligible to vote in the first place, a mail-in ballot. Other than that, no, problem solved. You work any shift realistically, unless it's magically. And fun fact, your employer needs to give you time to vote. Like, I'm fairly sure. In fact, employer vote or not exclusions, not reimbursements, voter. Okay, so okay, let me correct myself. This is state by state. Pardon me. So make sure that you can vote, because apparently, oh, paid time off. Okay, so California has literally no exception. Like, okay, California, this immediately California just is removed from any sort of, oh, well, maybe not, because it literally has 2 to 3 hours of paid leave if the employee lacks adequate time before or after work. So work, I'm gonna give myself an aneurysm. So you're telling me right here, as per this information, granted, this is GPT AI generated, sure, but you're telling me that the state that's going to take how long again? 37 days to count ballots because they're fucking mail-in also has paid time off for 2 to 3 hours of paid leave in the event of a vote. Yeah, they're going to fucking try to steal it. That's what they're going to do. Like, at this point in time, there's literally zero reason for it to take 37 days. There's zero reason for there to be 37 days worth of waiting for a mystery number of mail-in ballots. Yeah, this is fucking horse shit. Horse shit. Capital H, capital S. Horse shit. Christ on a bike.